and welcome. Today we are going to do a journaling session to explore a goal that you're thinking you might want to quit. So I am first going to share just a couple touch points on things to consider, and then we'll do 10 minutes of journaling, and then I'll answer questions if you have any at the end. Right now, the journal prompts are in the chat box. When we actually start the journaling, if those have moved too far up, I'll put them back in again. And if you're watching this after the live, I will put these journal prompts in the description section below. So let's talk about when something isn't going right and you're really thinking you want to quit, but there might be some sort of hesitancy for some reason. Now, a lot of times when we think we want to quit, we're looking at top level. I'm not achieving this goal here, and that's frustrating me. And we might have tried everything we think we can, but a lot of times what needs fixed is a little tiny aspect of what we're doing. So, for example, let's say that you're really trying to make it as a writer, and you've been writing mystery novels, and it's just not working. You could, instead of quitting, pivot to maybe romance novels. So sometimes it's not the broad, I want to be a writer, it's what are you actually writing about? So another way to look at this is to break your problem into these tiny components of what goes in to achieving the goal, and at the same time looking at the goal to see, okay, do I actually still want this? And then finally, sometimes we just need a break. Sometimes when we're working for something, we go hard, we go long, and we just burn out. This burnout can make us want to quit because we're not getting results. So you might go through all of these journal prompts and realize it's actually a self-care burnout issue and not actually that it's not working. If you look at the results you're getting and there's no problems, it's just not the pace you want, it's time to take a break. So with that, we are going to now journal with the journal prompts that I've put in there. They're going to ask you to call to mind a goal that you have and are considering making an adjustment to or quitting. And first off, get into why do I want to step away? And then ask yourself what the emotions are around that. That's where you're really going to see, okay, no, this is burnout because I actually really do love it. It makes me super sad. Or if it brings you this sense of relief and joy, then that's a sign it probably is time to go on. And then other things that you're going to ask after that is, what are the emotions trying to tell you? So emotions are nothing more than an indicator of what is going on. If you're angry, it means something obviously has upset you. And instead of just owning the anger, ask the anger what it's trying to communicate to you. So really, what is that emotion trying to tell you? The next one would be, am I frustrated by what I am doing or the results I'm getting? So sometimes we love what we're doing. We love being a writer. You're just frustrated by the results. And that's where you go back to, am I burnout? Do I need to pivot, etc. After that, you want to ask what minor change in what I'm doing can create the result I want. So kind of going back to changing genres, sometimes you just need a tiny little pivot in order to get what you need. So really spend some time exploring what that exactly is. And finally, our last journal prompt is, am I taking care of myself? And what more can I do to sustain myself? So what we're going to do right now is spend 10 minutes journaling. I am not going to turn on any music, but if you enjoy journaling with music, choose your music of choice. So I'm going to go ahead and set a little timer here for our 10 minutes. And happy journaling. All right, that was 10 minutes. Go ahead and finish up your thoughts. If you have questions, go ahead and pop them into the chat. I did want to briefly mention that if you need regular inspiration on journaling, I actually send out a free newsletter every Monday morning with a new journal prompt or prompts to unfold over the week. And so what that looks like is not only do you get the prompt, but actually how to work through it. Because sometimes we have a question, but we don't know how to get results from it. So I walk you through how to use it. And then we use it for the whole week, because a lot of times the benefits of journaling come from the fact that we're journaling repetitively on kind of some of the same areas. And this gives our subconscious mind time to step forward and actually present information that we didn't have. So I'll put a link in the description so that you can sign up for that. I do also have other journaling lives here on YouTube that you can go and grab one and journal with. So the one thing that we did not address with this journaling series when you're looking to quit or needing to make some sort of pivot is that a lot of times we can be stuck because of a spiritual block. So if you are trying to do something that is against a family curse, then you will be blocked at every turn. If you, for some reason, your family has an ancestral curse about being writers, then it doesn't matter what you write, you will always run into that problem. So if you are still absolutely in love with something, it is your dream, and you have tried everything and nothing is working, it could be one of these spiritual issues that needs to get cleared so that you can actually be able to move forward. I'll also put a link in the description for more information on what that might look like. So thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a fabulous day. If you liked it, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on videos or the next time I do a live. So have a great day.